Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those that are new here, my name is Talika and I upload makeup videos, character transformations and sometimes other little stuff. In today's video, we're going to be creating this eye look using the P Louise and the MAC paint pot to see which one works better. Before we jump into this video, don't forget to subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I have got P Louise on this side and the MAC on this side. It has been a very long time since I've used the MAC paint pot. I used it a while back and I didn't like it. I just can't remember why I didn't like it, so I'm going to give it another go. First, we're going to grab a fluffy brush and dip into the shade called Perfectionist. And starting on the P Louise side, we're just going to place this in the crease line and blend it out. I'm actually going to switch brush because this one's deformed a little. I love the Morphe brushes, but I do find that after a few washes, some of them, especially the cheaper ones, tend to lose their shape a little. I feel like the eyeshadows always perform really well on the P Louise base and they blend out so beautifully too. So I'm just going to do that same thing except on the MAC Pro paint. And let's see. It is definitely a different color payoff, which is really amazing, really. The other thing is the color went just straight on as well. It does that with the P Louise, but with the P Louise you can actually feel like it sticks. And because of that, you basically have to tap it in place and then you can blend up. So as you can see, it is sitting more where I want it here, whereas here it goes like straight everywhere. It just went like where the brush went was where the product went. It just glides on wherever you are. But that is a massive color difference. So next we're going to take Certified and we're just going to blend this above just to get that kind of like gradient color. The thing is too though, because it washes it out like that, you do want to go back in with Perfectionist just to help place that color back in. And just like that, I've just placed that color back in around my crease, and then just very carefully I'm holding my brush at the end and I've hardly got a grip on it. And that is where in very little circular motions, you are just gently blending that above so then the certified color still stays there. Now that I've looked back at this one, I do feel like it's a bit more of a mess. I didn't realize, like, the color just went straight on.
Look at this.
So doing the same thing, we are putting this above, and hopefully this helps, like it does what it did on the other side and just, you know, blends it out. So I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself till the end of this look, but it's two different colors. Next we're going to grab a smaller brush and we're going to go in with the shade called Crazy. And we're going to place this in the outer V. Wow, that is pigmented. I did not expect that. That just changed the game on this whole look. I was not expecting it to be that pigmented at all. I'm just taking a clean little fluffy brush and we are just going to soften those edges. I'm just doing little circular motions just to help blend it into that brown. We're changing this whole look. That's it. It's... Ignore this first color. Just going to dip back into Perfectionist and just blend out this color. Obviously we have taken it higher than like before, but that color just, it's turned it into a whole nother look. So after a lot of blending, I'm just going to catch the other eye up and I'll be back. I know I look crazy right now. So I just went ahead and wiped away the middle and placed down a new base using like the P Louise and the MAC. And we're gonna do kind of like a halo eye. So going in with our finger, because we're going to pick up one of the shimmery shades, we're gonna go and pick up Drama Queen. And what we're gonna do is with our finger, just place this in the center. You get better payoff with the shimmers using your finger. With the brush, it leaves more on the brush than it does on your lid. And then we're going to go ahead and take the shade Dance Party. Well, now we're only going to take a little bit because I don't want it to like turn out like the second color we used. And this is just gently going along this line. And it's going to be like a slight sort of blendy transition shade between that darker one and the shimmer. But kind of put like a little bit of pop of pink in. And we are just slowly building and blending that pigment up. And then just very lightly, you just want to place it at this top bit, but you don't want to like block it out all the way. That is so stunning. I'm really in love with this palette. I love how pigmented her shades are. So once again, grabbing that shimmer shade, and we are going to place it on the MAC. The MAC is giving off more texture that's in the shimmer, and it's not like melting into the skin like it did with the P Louise. I'm going to try to zoom up to show you. So I don't know if you can tell, but there's more texture on that eyelid where the shimmer is than on the P Louise side. And just gently building up this pink once again and blending it in. Now I have noticed a difference between these two bases, which I'm definitely going to tell you. And I know which one's my favorite. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly put some lashes on, do the bottom lash line, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. Okay, so we are all done. So I have my final thoughts on the two bases, and honestly, yeah. So for me personally, I want you guys to remember, like, just because this is my personal preference doesn't mean that it doesn't work for you. But me personally, I prefer the P Louise base. So from the get-go, I found that it felt more sticky, which meant when I actually placed that product down, it stayed in that spot instead of moving. When I actually placed that first color down on the MAC paint pot, it went everywhere, which isn't like so much a bad thing, but if you want it to be more controlled, I did find that the P Louise was better. The second thing I noticed was the two different colors. Now, honestly, on my skin, there wasn't too much difference between the two colors. They were both still light. I think the MAC was probably a slightly darker, but it changed the color of the shadows completely, especially with that brown shade. The second thing is the pigment. I found that I had more pigment payoff with the P Louise than I did with the MAC. When I was placing down this darker color on the inner and outer corner, there was so much more pigment. And I noticed when I blended that out on the MAC side, it blended in with the brown and just mixed, like it just went into one color. And whereas with the P Louise, it stuck that first initial base down, and then you could blend the upper bit upwards and it had that smooth transition. Lastly, the thing was as well was the shimmer. I was very surprised but the shimmer actually went on clumpy, and I'd done the exact same as I did on the P Louise. I was a bit shocked, and I do show you guys that during the video, because I just didn't think it was going to go on clumpy when the shimmer's actually not chunky at all. Like, it's very fine. Overall though, it was a good experience. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what your favorite one is, or if you have a different base that you prefer, definitely let me know so I can check it out. Before we jump out on this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss the next upload. We upload twice a week over here, and I would love for you to join this family. I will see you guys next time. Bye!